Hi, this video is brought to you by Identipro. We are specialist sign and label printer distributors based in the UK. My name is Dave. The purpose of today's video is to give you an overview on the fantastic BP-PR Plus range of printers from Brady. The printers are available in a 200 dpi, a 300 dpi or a 600 dpi version. All thermal printers. The model name reflects the DPI, so this is a BP-PR300 Plus, so it's the 300 DPI version. In terms of the overview today, we'll talk a little bit about the printer, about the connections, about the methods of use. We'll also touch upon labels. We'll give you a look inside the printer and we'll print some labels as well. So in terms of the printer itself, the printer will take consumables or labels up to 100mm wide. Take smaller labels as well. Normally when we do these overviews we talk about a specific type of labelling, or the kind of people who would purchase a particular kind of printer. I guess the difficulty in terms of doing that with this printer is that it takes such a broad range of different consumables, different label types. So it'll take everything from sort of silver polyester and white polyester and vinyl labels, right the way through to more specialist materials like polyamides for PCB board labelling, and then a whole range of different label types for cable marking. So we do everything from self-laminating cable markers to heat shrink sleeves for cables, and then heat-ex tags, which are tags that can be cable tied onto a cable. So it takes a real range of different consumables from Brady's expansive range of labels. It's also worth mentioning as well that we can provide custom labels, so if you need a specific label size, label colour, labels pre-printed with logos, and then you can print the other information required. That's all available with this printer. So it's a really flexible system in terms of the consumables it'll take. It's a real workhorse of a printer, so it is aimed very much at high volume labelling. So if you need a printer that's going to kind of run day in day out and provide high quality, high volumes of labels without any kind of reliability issues, that's where the printer is aimed. It has a metal chassis and a metal case. So again, I've seen prettier looking printers, but this one very much will sit and do its job sort of day in day out. Most people connect the printer into their PC, so it comes with CodeSoft Basic software, which is fine for sort of straightforward labels with you can include barcodes and company logos and graphics and text obviously. So yeah, most people connect it into the PC. In terms of the connection, you can use a standard USB port. There's also a serial connector on the back of the printer, but there's also an Ethernet connector. So if you wanted to network the printer, that's fine. It comes with the Ethernet connection on it. The other thing that's worth mentioning is you can insert a memory card, a CF memory card, in the back of the printer, and that allows you to design labels on the PC, dump them down into the printer itself, and then you can actually take the printer and sort of sit it next to a production line without any access to a PC and print the labels that you've put into the system on the memory card, and that's done just using the scroll pad on the front with the screen. The other thing to mention is that the printer in standard form is what we call tear off. So basically you'll see one of the print labels, you print the labels and then you tear them off at the front of the system. You can get a rewind unit that sits at the front, so that'll collect labels up onto a roll. You can also get what we call a peel and present unit. Peel and present unit basically attaches to the front of the system, and it allows you to print one label at a time. So print a label, it'll actually present that, so take it off the backing paper, exposing the adhesive. You can then, again for production areas, that's quite handy. You can take a label, use it, and then it prints the next label once the first label has been taken, and so on and so forth. There's also a cutter module that you can fit to the front of the system. So if you were using continuous vinyls, you typically would want to print whether it be a warehouse label or a small safety sign or whatever, you could print that and then the machine will guillotine cut it off when it's finished printing. So lots of different accessories available for the printer depending upon use. I've mentioned the CodeSoft software. If you wanted to print from spreadsheets or databases, then you do need to go up from the CodeSoft Basic up to either something like LabelMark or one of the higher levels of CodeSoft. But really, in terms of software, it's worth speaking to us. Our contact details are coming up at the end of the video. Speak to us, tell us what your application is, tell us kind of what you want to do, and then we can advise on the right software package to enable you to do what you need to do. We'll turn the printer around, we'll give you a look inside the printer in terms of how the labels are loaded and where the ribbon is, and we'll then print some labels. So we'll open the printer up, and from the side you can see exactly what's loaded in the printer and how things work. So the lid is a metal lid with the window in the side of it. The chassis is full metal as well, so it's a real durable workhorse of a printer, this. The labels sit in the sort of rear lower area of the printer here, so this is your roll of labels. This is a starter roll of labels we have loaded in the printer, but usually a label roll starts off quite meaty. That just sits in the rear of the printer. The labels follow a path down under this mechanism here, under this bar, and through the print mechanism here. The print mechanism is currently locked into position, but we can unlock it using that toggle there, and then lock it back into position. So if you're changing the labels or the print ribbon, you unlock the print head first, change what you need to change, and then lock everything back into position. The print ribbon, again, this is just a starter print ribbon. Usually a print ribbon is quite a meaty roll, but the fresh print ribbon sits on this core here, and then travels down through the print mechanism back up, and then the used ribbon is collecting on this cardboard core here. So yeah, that gives you an idea what's happening in the printer. Let's print some labels. So I've designed the label, quite a straightforward label, an asset label. So we've got some fixed text, a barcode, and we've set a counter into the barcode so we can print off a batch of asset labels in one go. So we go to print, we'll print 10 labels. As you can see, the printer's really quick. Tear the labels off, and there's our labels. This is the 300 DPI printer, and as you can see, for most applications this is absolutely superb. The 600 DPI is there if you need it, but for most applications that's really good, the 300 DPI. I hope you found that overview useful. It has been quite brief, but it's difficult to cover the whole range of applications on this printer. The best thing to do is to get in touch with us. We can talk through your application, we can advise on which software pack would be best, which model of printer to purchase, and which label materials you should consider. So yeah, our contact details are coming up just now, and thanks for watching.